Welcome back here to AI Hospitality Insights, the digital magic where AI meets hospitality. This is your portal to the future where technology meets tradition. And I'm your host, Autumn. And today I will dive into a very important topic, the strategic AI roadmap for hotels. And we will kind of touch base on some of the essential questions you need to ask yourself when you work with your strategic roadmap for your hotel. So let me dive into it here today. And we will touch base on 10 essential AI questions or areas that every hotel must answer to future proof their hospitality, not only in 2024, but for the long term also. We will start with what you need to do here in 2024. So the first thing you need to work with and start with is to define a clear AI objective. Is this about AI or die? How will we stay relevant without AI? So, this is a really important question to ask because AI is very trendy and it's in news, and this is something everybody is talking about today. And I want to make sure that we help hotels in a way that we are not running for all the shiny objects and the shiny tools that's out there. Because the reality today is that there is no lack of tools, there's no lack of services, there are no lack of systems and strategies out there that can help your hotel. So that's not where the challenge is. We just want to make sure that you know jumping on investments and tools that's not going to benefit your hotel in not only in the long run but also for the short term. So we want to make sure that we focus on what's going to add value to your hotel. One question here that's important to ask: can AI truly replace human hospitality, or should it enhance it? Now, in my strategies and in my systems, the, the one thing I focus on that what I believe is important is what I call augmented AI. And this is about humans or people and AI or technology for that matter working in harmony to amplify the experience for everybody involved. That goes for both the employees, for the customers, for the local community, for your vendors, your partners, and your broad network. Anybody that comes in touch with the whole. That is essential. And when we look at the objectives for AI, is AI. What if AI could predict guest needs before they do? Some like, predictive AI is something that we is already here, and this is just going to improve and become more valuable. But we want to make sure that we do it in a context and add this and implement this in a way with your hotel that it makes sense. So you can start create new unique experience offers and in a way that you have never been able to do before. And so we want to that predictability. We want to make sure that we put that in a relevant context for your hotel. That is essential. We want to make sure that's like when you look at the AI roadmap for your hotel, prioritize AI use cases. So this goes to the questions that follow up from what I previously said. Like, is personalization creepy or crucial? Where's the line? Because personalization is something that we see is a unique or tremendous opportunity with AI. We can amplify personalization or get it over to hyper personalization. But we want to make sure that this is not becoming creepy. You want to make sure that this is personalization your customers, your community, your employees, your vendors, your partners, and your network is actually asking for. And we want to make sure that you create and they'll put in place offers that is so unique that everybody wants to come back, and they not only want to come back, but they want to refer your hotel to their friends and their network. And another question here is that could AI-driven pricing make rate priority obsolete. So when we look at rate priority today, is that this is all about maintaining a consistent pricing across all distribution channels for your hotel. And here we can see with AI, we with the amount of data we get access to, like price optimization is one thing that we look at. We use AI to analyze the market data, look at competitor rates, and also look at the demand patterns to suggest the optimal pricing for your hotel. This is something that we see is really unique with AI. We also look at the dynamic pricing, which is also very powerful, that the AI can enable real-time price adjustment and based on various factors out there. This is because now we get access to so much data that can be uh, handled in such a speed and with such accuracy that it is going to be really beneficial for the hotel. But we want to make sure again that this is used in the right context. Uh, Monitoring, that's why monitoring is so important that the AI tools that you can scan online channels on a continuous basis to detect any breaches with the priority, which is also very, very important. We don't want to come in the news for unwanted purposes. So, and another question that's important: what if every guest interaction was powered by AI? Is that something we want? That's why what I said is like we. That's why I focus on augmented AI, to use AI in context with your employees, so they can focus on what they are best at and enhancing the customer experience in a way that they have not been able to do before, because we now have new unique tools and new unique systems and strategies in a way that will help them. And this is going to be something that is going to be really important for us to focus on. You need to develop a data strategy because, like I said, with AI, you're going to get access to a vast amount or an enormous amount of data. So that is like one question you need to ask is current data gold or garbage for AI, or is the amount of data that you're now going to collect gold or garbage for AI? Because you will get, as I said, access to a lot of data. So that's why it's so important that you develop a strategy. So you collect the data for the right purpose, you analyze it for the right purpose, and you use it for the right purpose. Because the key question here is: are we violating guest privacy and security to enhance the experience? Because we want to make sure that the data that you collect are in context with local regulations, national regulations, and international regulations. GDPR and FTC and other local regulations is important that you look at in this picture and make sure that you have are compliant and with any type of regulation that's out there. Uh, because with the data we get access to, what if we could predict trends before they happen? Could you do that? Well, with the amount of data and the amount of information you get, that is a possibility. Predictability is something that we see is already in place, and this is something that's going to just continue to develop, so we can have an accuracy that is truly unique and can help us with being really proactive. But this is case that's the key. You need to be proactive and put in place. uh, we don't want to be reactive. It's like we've seen with reputation. Way too many hotels are reactive and do things in the aftermath. Now we have a possibility to turn things around, be proactive, and put it in place before the guest even ask for it. That's the key. That's the what we want to do. But we need to know how to do it. We need to have a system in place that allows us to do it, and tools in place that will allow us to do it. So one key question or key area that's important in that context is to choose the appropriate AI technologies. Without today, you there, like I said, there is no lack of AI tools. There's no lack of AI technology. There's no lack of AI strategies out there. That's not the problem. That's not where the challenges are today. We need to look at like, do you want to build your own AI tool? Do you want to buy your partner? What's your AI strategy? And when you invest into or looking into investing and when you create a strategy, it's like one thing you need to ask: are we future proofing or just following trends? Like I said, following trends is not going to get you anywhere. You don't change that shiny object or just jump on the trends because this is what's in the news at the moment. Because you need to ask yourself, what if you bet on the wrong AI horse? Because, like I said, there's no lack of tools. So there's a big possibility that if you just invest for the purpose of investing, that you bet on the wrong AI horse. You want to make sure that you invest in the tools that's going to be the right tool for your hotel and for the right purpose and reach the right type of customers and the right type of employees and attract also the right type of new employees for your hotel. So we have to see it in a bigger picture and in a context that's going to add value to your hotel, because that's the key. Now, of course, in this picture there comes a implementation timeline you have to look at. Are we moving too fast or falling behind? The case today for many hotels is that they are falling a little bit behind. We don't want to do the opposite and move too fast again, because then you're going to end up running for the shiny object. So, okay, just be honest where you are at the moment. So we start where we are and look at what you have and evaluate and analyze anything, all the tools, everything that you have today. That's the so important. You need to know where you stand today before we move anywhere, because then else you're going to get yourself in trouble. Uh, what is what if your competition beat you to the AI implementation? That is a like that's a possibility that your competitors can get out there before you. And should that create a concern for you? Should that create something that you use? Oh, okay, now we need to rush it. Don't rush it just because your competition have it. But still focus on the strategy, still focus on becoming AI ready, focus on the implementation process, focus on your operation process, focus on measuring this and evaluating everything you do, and do this in context and collaboration with your employees, your local community, your vendors, your partners, your network, and everybody that comes in touch with your hotel. Because like there's a question is like, is there such a thing as too early in the AI race? Today, the answer is really no, but we don't want to rush it for that reason, because then you're going to end up chasing the shiny objects. What you need to do here, and when you build an AI strategy or strategic AI roadmap, is that focus on answering questions like to allocate the budget and resources. Is AI an expense or is it an investment for you? That there's a difference between an expense and an investment. Preferably and hopefully, it's going to be an investment that's going to help your hotel uh, kind of amplifying existing revenue and also create new revenue streams. That's what we want to do. The question is like, what will happen if we diverted 50% of marketing budget to AI? Is that something you can do? Is that something you want to do, or is that something you should do? So that how much of your budget you need to divert into AI is a question. You have to see this both in the short run and also in the long term. Because we want to not just invest for the short term, we want to make sure that this is an investment that can live for a long time and help you amplify current revenue and existing revenue streams, and also create new revenue stream that's going to be making everybody in the hotel happy. And the key question here is that are you prepared to cannibalize current revenue for future AI gains? This is why I say what's is so important here, that you want to make sure that we focus on AI tools that can help you amplify your current revenue stream, not cannibalizing it, not putting it in jeopardy, and create something totally new that's going to be just confusing your customers and confusing everybody that's going to get in touch with your whole time. One key here, and which is essential when you, and this is so important. I can't uh, uh, emphasize this enough. This is about plan for skill development. Do you want to retrain or replace? What's our workforce strategy for AI? In our evaluation process, that is a previous video I done here, we went through the purpose of evaluating what you already have to discover employees that already have some skills within the, or may have more skills than you realize within the AI. So you want to utilize these employees to help you outline a strategy to create this. Because with AI, this is something that is really important to understand, that AI is something that we see changes really, really rapid and really, really fast, faster than anything we have done in experience before. So it's essential that you not only have a training, but you a process in place, but you need to have an ongoing, very dynamic and flexible training process, and create and put in place tools for your employees that can help them train on a day-to-day basis during operation. So they can help train the tools themselves also for providing a unique experience, because you want the tools to amplify what they are providing, the service the employees are providing. And so they you need them on board, and need to showcase them how they can train, provide them up classes, or sign them up for online classes if that's what you do. That this is so crucial. They need to be up to speed with AI. They don't need to be need to know all the details, but they need to know some of the basic of, or understand some of the basic of AI. And a question here in that matter is like, could AI make certain hotel roles extinct? Will they disappear? And this is such an important question to ask, because we know with AI or new technology, or a transformation process, that this will trigger some change that will trigger fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and that will cause resistance, and or in worst case sabotage. So we want to make sure that you address this and look at. That's what also said in a little bit in the evaluation videos. Like, we want to make sure that we understand all the tasks that can be replaced or can be automated, and but we do this for, like I said, augmented AI. This is all about looking at how humans and technology or AI can work together in harmony to amplify their own experience, and also amplify the customer experience, and amplify the hotel experience, and amplify the experience with the community, and experience with the vendor, experience with the network, and everybody that comes in touch with the hotel. This is going to be something new. The hotel experience is no longer within the walls of the hotel. It's way outside. It's expanding out in areas we have never thought about before within hospitality. So that's why it's we need to focus on training and skill upgrading. And a key question here, which is here, what if AI could train your staff to better than you can yourself? Now, I use AI myself for all my training and educational purposes. And what I learned from my own experience, this is my personal experience, is that I learn faster, I learn more effective, I become more productive, and I discovering things much faster than I have done ever experienced before. This is so encouraging and so much fun, and I am eager to learn more. I'm eager to see how I can even improve myself in areas that I didn't think about before, because I discovered that I can add additional skills that I didn't have before to my skill set. So this is so unique, and but we need to. That's why we need to focus on the strategic AI roadmap and see this in a context with everything together with the employees, and showcase this to them. Let them touch on based on this, uh, test this, and give you the feedback that you need during this process. We need also, of course, in this context, we need to establish governance and ethic frameworks. It is so important. Like, are your hotel prepared for the ethical minefield of AI decision making? Again, this goes with in context with what I mentioned earlier. We want to make sure that we are in line with local regulations, national regulation, and international regulations, and we don't want to step on anybody's toes, and we don't. That's why key question: what if AI discriminate against guests? We have heard about the AI hallucinations and they base data on existing data that can might be discriminating in certain ways. So it's important we are aware of this and can filter out and together make sure we make the right decisions. And then a key question here is like, how do you maintain the human touch in an AI-driven hotel? Again, this is like what I focus on, like amplifying the human touch. Amplifying. We are not taking anything away. We're just amplifying. We are just rearranging. This is more a paradigm shift where people is going to do the things they are doing best and doing delivering a service that is going to be really unique for the hotel. So it's so important to see everything in a big picture, see it in a context for your hotel. Now, this is something that I believe is really important. That designing pilot project, because the key question is like when you implement that. This is why we don't want to rush or just run for the shiny object. Like, what if your first AI project fails spectacularly? Like, so that's why you need a pilot project in there, something that is can get you wet on your feet, get your AI feet wet, get your AI hold the AI ready. And then again, are you hold thinking too small with your pilot project? That's also something that's relevant. Uh, could a successful AI pilot revolutionize our entire operations overnight? Is that it's like, uh, what are your expectations? Uh, what do you anticipate is going to happen? This is something you need to learn, need to understand. So that's why we put in a pilot project. A lot of hotels today, one of the first tools that they put in place is typically what we call a chatbot or AI assistant that they can put on their website, also in context with the mobile devices to communicate with customers or communicate also with employees. And I think this is a great pilot project to start with it because this also it give you an idea of the amount of data that you get access to, and see some of these key points, and help you with measuring data and how you can use all the key points that we have uh, touched on, and answer the questions that you, because this is, you still need to answer these questions that we're going through here today. And this question is not going to be in one time. This is going to be, as I said, a very dynamic, very flexible. You also need, it's like, these are just questions I suggest is important. These are questions I found that is important, that comes up again when we work with hotel, and for some hotels there be other questions that's important to answer, and that can be more relevant. Uh, this is just a suggestion. Then you develop, when you have all the answers, and not only the answers but the answers in a context, we want to develop a performance metrics. Are your traditional key performance indicators or KPIs obsolete in an AI driven hotel? No, that's not going to happen. Your traditional hotel metric is still going to be very valid. They, we just going to look at them in context with new uh, key performance indicators that's going to pop up as a result of AI. What if AI could set and monitor its own performance targets? Do you trust that to happen? That AI is going to do that itself? Uh, you won't, there's tools that can do that for you, but you, it's like, personally, I it's like I use AI in context with message, but I want to make sure that I evaluate, I control, I get oversight, I have an understanding of my key performance indicators. I want to, it's like I can put also in notifications, and this is done on a daily basis. Any changes, this and that way, so I can improve myself along with AI, because we are both learning at this in this process. That's the key. Uh, how do we measure the intangible benefits of AI in hospitality? That is like, because AI is going to add values outside what we anticipated, and also maybe it has an impact that we wasn't prepared for. We need to. That's why it's so important to look at every area. We're not leaving anything out in this matter. So that's why the human factor again is so important in this picture. That's very important for you to understand. Uh, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart again for joining me here at AI Hospitality Insight today. I really hope you found this information valuable, and that this can help you with building your own AI roadmap, very strategic and very structured. If you need any assistance, you need any help, don't hesitate to reach me. You can, I encourage you to share this video with your team, every employees, and also your competitor, or if you have other hotels, if you're a hotel management company, share with every hotel. uh, go to my YouTube channel at AI Hospitality Insights, or you can subscribe to my podcast, AI Hospitality Insights, on Spotify. You can reach me on my blog at autumnwork.com. You can also comment here, but most definitely make sure that you hit this like button, subscribe to my channel, and any comments, any feedback, I appreciate that. And I'll see you back here again in next video. Take care and have an awesome day.